Every night at exactly 11:59 p.m. The clock in Daniel's apartment stopped. Not forever. Just for 1 minute. At first, he thought it was broken. Old apartment. Cheap electronics. Bad wiring. Something normal. But then he noticed something strange. Whenever the clock froze, everything else froze too. The rain outside stopped moving. The TV sound disappeared mid-word. Even the steam rising from his coffee stayed perfectly still in the air. Except for Daniel. He could still move. Still breathe. Still think. And every single night, he had exactly 1 minute alone in a frozen world. The first time it happened, he panicked. He ran to the window. Cars were frozen in place outside. People on the sidewalk stood like statues. A bird hung motionless in the air. Daniel honestly thought he was dreaming. Then, at exactly 12 a.m., everything started moving again. The bird flew away. The rain continued falling. The TV resumed mid-sentence like nothing happened. And the clock ticked forward. 11:59 became 12 o'clock. 1 missing minute. The next night, it happened again. And the night after that. Always at 11:59 p.m. Always for exactly 60 seconds. Eventually, Daniel stopped being scared. Instead, he became curious. He started testing things. During the frozen minute, doors still opened. Lights still worked. Objects could still move. But people never noticed anything afterward. One night, Daniel moved his friend's coffee mug 3 feet across the table. When time resumed, his friend just stared at it. Confused. "I swear that wasn't there before." Daniel laughed nervously. Please consider clicking the subscribe button below. Make sure to give Malik an advice in the comments and also share with your friends. But inside, something felt wrong. Because if time really stopped, why was he the only person awake? Weeks passed. The frozen minute became part of his life. Sometimes he used it to finish homework. Sometimes just to walk silently through the empty city streets. The world looked beautiful frozen in time. Peaceful. Like reality itself had paused to breathe. Until one night, Daniel saw someone else moving. At first, he thought his eyes were playing tricks on him. A woman in a yellow coat. Walking calmly across the frozen street. Not frozen. Moving. Just like him. Daniel's stomach tightened. She stopped walking. Slowly turned toward him. And smiled. Then she disappeared behind a bus. Daniel ran after her immediately. But when he reached the other side, nobody was there. And suddenly, time resumed. Car horns exploded around him. People started moving again. And Daniel nearly got hit crossing the street. That night, he couldn't sleep. Because now he knew one thing for sure. He wasn't alone inside the missing minute. The next evening, Daniel waited nervously. 11:58 p.m. His heart pounded harder. 11:59. Everything froze. And there she was again. Standing across the street. Yellow coat. Dark curly hair. Watching him. This time, she spoke first. "You finally saw me." Daniel stepped back. "Who are you?" The woman tilted her head slightly. "The same thing you are." That answer made absolutely no sense. What does that even mean? She looked around at the frozen city. "At some point, time skipped you." Daniel frowned. "No." "Yes," she whispered. "That's why you stay awake when the minute disappears. Daniel stared at her silently. She continued walking slowly while speaking. There used to be more of us. People who slipped between moments. People the clock forgot. The frozen air suddenly felt colder. Daniel followed her carefully. What do you mean, forgot? The woman stopped near a frozen taxi. Then she looked directly into his eyes. Have you noticed it yet? Noticed what? She pointed toward his apartment window high above the street. The missing things. Daniel's chest tightened. Because suddenly, he remembered. Small things had been disappearing lately. A photo frame he couldn't find. Messages he didn't remember deleting. His neighbor introducing himself twice. Tiny pieces of life felt erased. The woman nodded slowly. It starts small. Then eventually. She looked at the frozen clock tower downtown. Time removes you completely. Daniel's face went pale. No. You were never supposed to notice the missing minute, she said softly. But now that you have. She paused. The frozen city completely silent around them. The clock remembers you. Daniel's breathing became uneven. What happens when it remembers completely? For the first time, the woman stopped smiling. And somewhere in the frozen city, a clock suddenly ticked. Once. Even though it was still 11:59. Then another tick echoed. Closer. Daniel looked around nervously. Tick. 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 The sound was getting nearer. The woman stepped backward slowly. Fear finally appearing in her eyes. You need to run. Daniel's voice shook. Run from what? But she was already fading. Like smoke disappearing into the air. And her final words barely reached him. Before time catches up.